All right, it's time for us to move on to our relationship topic for today. And of course, our relationship guest is, she almost needs no introduction. She's been a part of the family for a bit. We have Toju Oluwatoyinbo. Now, she's joining us to talk about managing misogyny, especially in a spouse. She's a vlogger, she's a speaker, relationship mentor, and of course, the preacher's wife. We always appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.
A delicate topic, but one that has to be discussed. Okay, so for those that don't understand what misogyny is, let's break it down.
Okay, so I think the best definition I like about misogyny is that it's the law enforcement branch of sexism. It's what makes sexism manifest in society, in relationships, in marriage. So there are different things people say or men say, do, that make sexism become real and tangible in the lives of women. Yeah.
So over the years, words like misogyny have sort of been pushed to the back and replaced with chauvinism and sexism, as you said just now. Basically implying, you know, when men do not like women or what they say or what they do. And it happens that many relationships are built from this kind of foundation. But how do you recognize the signs?
Right, whatever name you call it, it kind of still boils down to the same thing. And sometimes men do not have an issue with a woman until she's seen to like challenge his dominance or his stance or what society says a man is supposed to be doing or who he's supposed to be. But there are many telltale signs. So it's either things like name calling, slut calling, body shaming, mansplaining. So they're trying to explain something to you like you don't know about any topic or you're not intelligent enough, or they're trying to explain it from a man's point of view, kind of thing. Even things like expecting sex by default when you're in a relationship because, hey, you're supposed to know you're supposed to satisfy a man by sex in a relationship. So if you're not having sex with me, what are you really here for? So things like that, even things like the words used in our music videos. Slut, hoe, X, Y, Z, and all those words. It's a subconscious programming, and these are telltale signs. If he wants to have his way all the time and expects that because I'm the man, you should serve me. And some of these things are really, let me just leave it at that for now. It shouldn't be,
So I'm going to go back to that word, serve. Service, servicing, catering to a certain partner's needs. I'm wondering about the good book now. And the fact that there are some scriptures and not just in the good book, in many religions where the woman is supposed to be subjugated. Is that the word I'm looking for?
That's not the word. That's not what I think you're looking for.
Submissive to their partner. So how do we sort of explain or break down the difference between being submissive and
being dominated over, and So for me, I believe that there is really no way for me to fully explain this without referring to the things you've just said. I really believe, and I know I'll be dragged for this, but it's okay, just explain to me lightly. I really believe that a man was created first for a purpose. To lead, to protect, to guide. Somewhere along the line through agriculture, war, you know, men working first or voting first, somewhere down the line, the mindset of a man changed. I believe that God created a man first so that he can lead the woman, to guide her. You generally have a stronger physique to protect us. But now it's being swapped around to become oppression. That's not what those things are there for. A woman generally, average, normally, as long as she's loved, she's protected, she's led, she's guided, she will want to serve you by default out of that love and respect for you. You don't even need to coerce us or shout at us, right? But when this being the head has now become oppressive, then the woman feels the need subconsciously or consciously to revolt, to talk back, to shout back, to drag, to make the bacon as well and all of that. So that's what I think it is.
I want to think back to how the women are raised and their fathers. And the fact that in the end, you know, women are said to go after partners that resemble the first male figure in their home, which is usually their father. Now, how is it that we can raise our daughters to understand you know, not to fall into this bracket later on?
You see, we usually say that children are graduates of the school of their parents.
Okay.
So it's very important what you show them. So like I said, an abused mind will always reproduce abuse, either them being the abused or joining themselves to someone who will abuse them, consciously or subconsciously. So I think it's very important that we start educating our male and female children early. These are things you do not do, even if daddy is doing it.
Okay.
Because sometimes some mothers have been so hurt and battered that they're just quiet. He's your father, just obey. But we must begin to find our voices and be strong so that we don't replicate such things. So start telling them early. Don't allow a man touch you like this. When a man is whistle calling you, it's not a very nice thing, right? When a man is calling you certain names, when a man is expecting this and that from you, when at school you're being bullied, it's not normal. Don't accept it because he's a man. When a man asks you without saying please and thank you to get something from him, for him, it's not normal. So you need to start educating them early enough and also teach the men how to treat women.
Okay, so I wanted to touch a little bit on the men now. Do you have some advice for the men who may not have realized it, but they have been a little misogynistic in their homes, in their religion? Maybe not even a little, maybe a lot.
Yeah.
What are the things the men themselves need to look out for when dealing with their women?
You know, sometimes it's difficult to see yourself because it's a blind spot, like you've said, so you might not even know. So these are the times I suggest third parties. When I say third parties, I don't even necessarily mean people.
Okay.
So the woman asking him to watch something like this, not in a come and learn, come and hear word kind of way, but bringing it up. If it's listening to a message, if it's connecting with the mentors, other men in the society she feels you know, expressing better behavior in this regard, you can connect him with them in one way or the other. And pray, because what he might not hear with your mouth, he might hear with his spirit.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Toju, for coming to break this down. A lot of people probably didn't know they were falling into that kind of relationship, and hopefully you've got the key signs there to look out for. Just use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and connect with us and ask your questions. We'll do our best to answer them. We're going to be taking a quick break now, but we will be back after this.